your comments earlier about disabilities, wheelchair users, or whatever, I just want to suggest that if you're aware of disabilities, automatically you see disabilities and you think of deaf persons. You know, whether if deaf people are involved in the group of disability, they are included in a broader umbrella of disabilities. I understand your thoughts about that, but just another suggestion for you to think about, whether it's wheelchair users or other persons with disabilities, and possibly we have a disability community in general, but then also they often have hearing. They always have their hearing for communication, where they have hearing abilities, where a deaf person does not have that ability. We use AS, American Sign Language, and so that is different from the world or the culture. You know, even though you say that a deaf person is disability, a person who has a disability, such as a wheelchair user, can still have their own sight or their own hearing to be able to communicate, to hear and communicate with others, whereas deaf persons do not have that ability. And that's where the misunderstanding and the upset and emotional things, where you say, oh, well, we're fine, we can take care of all disabilities. Like, all people with a disability are the same, but there's a communication lapse here with deaf people, that they are not able to communicate as other people can. So just to put it kind of into those shoes, if you were in a situation where the whole room was of deaf persons and signing, how would you feel? How would you feel about communicating? If you were the sole hearing person, would you feel that you had the disability as a hearing person? If you were in a room full of deaf people signing, you could walk, you can walk. So just likewise, we're deaf, we can walk. Some might be wheelchair users, but the point with a deaf person is, because of the culture and the language and the communication needs, if there are hearing as disabled, people that are disabled and hearing, you can communicate with them and you can talk to them and say, oh, we can take care of that. But all of a sudden, you meet a deaf person you can communicate with, you look at them as if they're an alien, and it feels like you're pushing them aside and not communicating with them. So that really is how deaf community feels, that we're being blocked, that we're an alien, that there's a block there between us. It's a very serious issue where, I know you mean well, but at the same time, please be careful. And Captain, spread the word with your higher ups or whoever. That attitude is so important. It's very important for the policemen to think about this, and just maybe tonight, seeds are planted that you can think about how to change things. I think someone else had mentioned something. Regarding interpreters, I know that you have to call an agency and ask for an interpreter, and the time gets delayed. But I know that money comes down to you can get an interpreter. It's important. An interpreter can get there quickly, but a lot of times it's a money issue. You feel like, well, there's concern with providing interpreters, but you probably, have your own staff interpreter perhaps. Have somebody, that would solve everything. If you had some of those issues, it would help if you would have a staff interpreter in the police department. So those are just some things to think about. As a deaf community of Philadelphia at large, I believe we're one of the 4th, 5th largest deaf communities in the city, so in the U.S. So I think it is, it's not a viewpoint, it's not just a little thing. It is the census, or the citizens of Philadelphia need equal access and equal rights to everyone. So thank you again.